New this morning on your Fast Track to the top of the hour, a car incident leaving a vehicle on its side above a pedestrian walkway in West Fargo. Here's a look at the footage. It happened on the I-94 exit ramp from Cheyenne Street.
No word yet on the condition of the driver or what led up to the accident. Our Valley News Live team has reached out to West Fargo police and are waiting on more information. Stick with us throughout the morning as we find out more. Also new this morning, fire crews responded to a call from a Fargo apartment complex in the 4800 block of 46th Street South this morning with reports of smoke and the smell of burning rubber coming from the bottom floor of the building.
Firefighters found a pickup truck full of smoke in the basement near some large marks from someone allegedly left after doing burnouts or spinning their wheels against the ground while the parking brake is pulled.
I'm out of work. I'm looking for work. This kind of stuff happens to people. I never thought it would happen to me.
Words from a man who wants to remain anonymous, who told Valley News Live he's experiencing homelessness for the first time in the midst of these brutal temperatures.
He spoke about his troubles finding a bed to sleep in, even though technically he could access a shelter in Moorhead. As we know, those resources are taken up quickly during this time of year at Churches United.
All of the more than 100 beds in the shelter are completely full. They do have a community room open to help keep people out of the cold, but due to fire code, those in the overflow are not able to spread out and lay down on the floor.
I wish that our capacity weren't limited. I wish that there were enough shelter beds for everyone who needs one, right? In a perfect world, there would be no need for emergency shelter because everyone would have a home.
We told you back in October about city leaders in the FM area proposing a homelessness task force to help tackle the problem.
And yesterday, Moorhead Mayor Shelley Carlson didn't give an exact update. She did simply say they're currently working on it. In other news, a Minnesota woman is in the Polk County Jail this morning after being accused of stabbing a man outside a bar on Sunday night. Jaden Ray is now charged with attempted murder and assault.
Police were called to Bobby's Bar and Grill in McIntosh just after midnight for a report of a man who had been stabbed and who was lying outside in below zero temperatures. According to court documents, the victim had at least 20 stab wounds on his face, arm, shoulder, and lower back.
He was taken to a Fosseton hospital and then transferred to Fargo. Ray is in jail in Crookston. She's due back in court this Friday. A man who threatened to shoot up a middle school in Horace has now pleaded guilty to the charges against him.
James Donnelly changed his plea and was sentenced to 5 years in prison. A judge gave Donnelly credit for 127 days already served in jail. He was also sentenced to 18 months of supervised probation.
The Cass County Sheriff's Office says that threat was called in just before 8 a.m. on August 29th. Donnelly was arrested at the Roadway Inn on University Drive in Fargo 2 days later.
According to court documents, Donnelly told officials that a, quote, frequency asked him to shoot up Heritage Middle School to get a student out of a trapped parallel dimension. He claimed he was told he had to kill 50 students to open a portal. A Grafton man accused of beating his elderly parents back in July will now spend 8 years in prison. Darren Harder told police he'd been arguing with his father and struck both parents in the head with his shotgun and then turned the gun at his mother.
Records also state that Harder initially refused to surrender, talking about suicide by cop. 6:52 here on our Wednesday morning. Still a cold start, but what can we expect throughout our week? We're sending things on over to meteorologist Lisa Green for an update. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, we are warming up a little bit here. Still cold, but not as frigid as we were. Here's a look at our view in Fargo. The traffic picking up this morning as folks are waking up and getting going. And, you know, you'll still need to get that car started and warmed up for you, but it won't be nearly as tough to be out in the elements because temperatures themselves are around zero. Some of us even above zero in some cases. Wind chills are also a little more tolerable to be out in. Of course, we still need the winter gear at these numbers. We're at 1 degree above in Fargo. Our wind chill 16 below. In Thief River Falls, 7 below. It's 21 below for your wind chill there. Same thing in Grand Forks. So some places still experiencing wind chills in the 20s below. The temperature in Grand Forks is at 6 below zero, and Fergus Falls right at that 0 degree mark right now. So a little better. This is actually right around average for this time of year for us to experience these kind of temperatures in the morning. morning. And radar and satellite looking quiet. We've just got some clouds drifting through. There are a few areas where we've had some flurries on some of our DOT cams, but nothing serious showing up here this morning. And taking a look at your forecast out at the bus stop, the kids will still want to bundle up, but again, it's not going to be as cold for that wait for the bus. And then into the afternoon, heading home, temperatures into the single digits to around 10 degrees or so above zero, similar to yesterday's high temperatures, with wind that remains more west-northwesterly with some gusts into the teens, maybe as high as 20 miles per hour this afternoon. So we kind of just hold in this range of single-digit temperatures above zero through Thursday and Friday and into Saturday as well. But then we flip a switch and we see our pattern shift and we end up with much milder air for Sunday and heading into next week. During that transition, there may be some strong winds and some blowing snow this weekend. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that coming up here in the forecast.
All right, but a lot to look forward to as well.
Yeah, and it's not just a one-day warm-up. A lot of times this time of year we warm up and it comes with that wind and then that's it, and then we end up cold again. This time around we have that one day of windy weather and then we get a nice little extended range of milder temperatures.
All right.
Gonna be nice. Thank you, Lisa.
Senior lawmakers in Congress announcing a bipartisan deal yesterday to expand that child tax credit and provide a series of tax breaks for businesses specifically.
The $78 billion deal would enhance refundable child tax credits in an attempt to provide relief to about 16 million children in low-income families that are struggling financially and those with multiple children.
The deal still needs to be written and pass both the Republican-led House and Democratic-led Senate, but top tax writers say they are hopeful it can pass quickly before Americans begin to file their taxes this year.
Former President Donald Trump is hoping his massive win in Iowa will propel him to yet another victory in New Hampshire's primary next week.
But projected second and third place Iowa finishers Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley say they're looking for their own boost from Granite State voters.
New Hampshire allows undeclared and independent voters to cast ballots in the GOP primary. Jared Hill has more from New York.
This morning, all eyes on New Hampshire. Former President Donald Trump in the Granite State touted his decisive win in the Iowa caucuses, taking aim at third place finisher Nikki Haley.
Nikki Haley, in particular, is counting on the Democrats and liberals to infiltrate your Republican primary.
Recent polling shows the former UN ambassador in a much tighter race with Trump here, as she hopes to tap into the state's independent or undeclared voters, who make up more than 39% of registered voters.
We have to leave the negativity and the baggage behind and go forward with new solutions for the future.
A debate set for Thursday was canceled after Haley refused to take the stage without Trump, who skipped every debate so far. The former president spent yesterday morning in a New York courtroom for the second civil defamation suit brought against him by writer E. Jean Carroll. Back on the campaign trail, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis also took aim at Haley. First, during a quick campaign stop in her home state of South Carolina, then again at a town hall in New Hampshire.
She does not have the ability to build the type of coalition that you need to win a Republican primary, period.
The Republican field continues to shrink. Former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson and businessman Vivek Ramaswamy dropping out this week. Ramaswamy appearing with Trump last night.
I'm still the only person to ever beat Donald Trump.
Meanwhile, President Biden jumped into the fray with an Instagram post touting his 2020 win over Trump. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Former President Trump picked up another endorsement yesterday from Republican Texas Senator Ted Cruz.
Trump, Ron DeSantis, and Nikki Haley are all expected to hold public campaign events in New Hampshire happening later today. Monday night's caucus in Iowa has the North Dakota GOP looking ahead to their caucus in March.
Many experts predict Trump could be the only candidate on upcoming primary ballots. But the chairman of the NDGOP Presidential Caucus Committee says he doesn't see this being the case for North Dakota's caucus on March 4th.
I'm certain that we'll have at least 5 candidates in play in North Dakota. I'm almost certain that Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis will stay in at least through Super Tuesday.
Governor Doug Burgum made headlines as he announced his endorsement of former President Trump. Burgum was the first former presidential candidate to back him.
During his speech to supporters after the Iowa caucuses, Trump addressed Burgum directly, saying he hopes to have the governor in an important role. Valley News Live will be speaking with the governor today after this latest development. We'll bring you more on his future plans. That will be tonight at 6 on Valley News Live. Stay with us to stay updated.
Exciting news over in Moorhead. Willie Nelson is coming back for a live concert this spring.
And tickets go on sale this week. Jade Presents announcing the big couple of days of shows for May 20th and 21st. Now, tickets go on sale on 10 a.m. on Friday. Online pre-sale starts tomorrow morning now.
Willie Nelson and family played at Blue Stem last year, and tickets sold out pretty quick. Jade Presents added a second show to accommodate the high demand, and that show sold out as well. The May concert is an all-ages show that will be held rain or shine.
And Jade Presents warning concert goers to beware of ticket scams. They say the best way to purchase your tickets is to avoid third-party companies and just buy directly through etix.com or jadepresents.com. And there's another concert announcement, this one for the Red River Valley Fair. The Goo Goo Dolls will play at the fair on Friday, June 28th.
Tickets go on sale this Friday. This year, the fair will run for 3 weekends for the first time. June 28th through the 30th, July 4th through the 7th, and the 11th through the 14th of July.
Love this. Exciting time.
Very exciting. And with Valentine's Day less than a month away, Little Debbie has introduced new treats to share with your sweetheart.
The new bite-sized vanilla mini donuts and big pack Valentine's cakes join the snack company's other yearly pink heart-shaped offerings to mark the Day of Love. I'm hungry now. So.
Yep, I need some of those.
Well, the Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on with more live, up-to-the-minute news and weather. That's coming up right now on the Fargo CW with Alex. In the meantime, though, if you're heading out the door, still bundle up, still pretty cold until we make our way into next week. Thank you all so much for waking up and joining us on the Valley Today. I'm Ashlyn Hill.
And I'm Alex Larson. We'll see you back here tomorrow.